Dear children, today we are going to start the new lesson, The Sound of Music by Deborah Colley. This biographical piece tells us how sheer determination, perseverance, and hard work helps achieve anything. If we put our heart and soul, we can achieve any dream. Dear students, I want to look into this newspaper article. I'm going to read the first headline. Born without arms, boy uses feet, bags 71.8% in standard 10 exam. See his spirit. Without the boy without arms, he scored 71.8% by using his feet to write. Like this, there are many great personalities in our society. Those who faced the future with great struggle and achieved higher positions in life. Great position in their life. These are the examples of great personalities with differently able people. The first one is our Vaikam Vijayalakshmi, Helen Keller. Helen Keller was deaf and dumb. Stephen Hawking, Guinness Pakru, Sudha Chandran, the dancer, Beethoven, the composer, Surdas, the poet, the great poet. So these are the great personalities who took their life, who faced their life, who challenged their life with great boldness. Now we are going to start with our lesson. Evelyn Glennie. She is a heroine of a story. Evelyn Glennie, she was a determined and hardworking girl. She was a multi-percussionist. She could play 1,000 instruments with perfection. In her early childhood, she lost her ability to hear because of nerve degeneration. When she was 11 years of age, it was discovered that she had a problem with the sense of hearing. So she is also one of the great personalities with differently able skills. Now let's watch the main highlights of Evelyn Glennie through this video.
The central character. We are going to learn the milestones in her life. The crowd jostled for position on the railway platform. The young girl Evelyn was excited yet nervous with approaching train. She could feel the vibrations. Her first day in Royal Academy at London. That was the prestigious Royal Academy of Music. Let's go some flashback. When she was 8 years old, her parents were waiting for her to play the piano. They called her name, but she did not move. Isabel Glennie realized she has not heard. That is her mother. She was hiding her deafness from people. Due to her deteriorated marks, principal called her parents and asked them to take to a specialist. Her hearing is severely impaired. By 11 years old, she needed hearing aids, and all turned black. One day, she saw a girl playing xylophone. She also wanted to play it, but others discouraged her. One day, a percussionist ran forward to see her willpower. She had a strong willpower. He took two large drums and started to bang in different tunes. Soon she knew that she could hear higher vibration above her waist and lower one down her waist. She toured the UK with young orchestra at the age of 16. She auditioned in Royal Academy of Music and she scored the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She reached at great heights at the level of higher ones. She talks flawlessly in Scottish as she was able to hear till 11, but she was unable to manage to learn French and Japanese. For music, she explains in tinkles in her hair and cheekbones. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the vibrations through her fingertips. On a wooden platform, she removed her shoes to let the vibrations go up her legs. In 1991, she got Royal Philanthropic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. And she gave free concerts in hospitals and prisons. She gives time to teach children and make them successful. James Blake said, God may have taken her hearing, but has given something extraordinary. Another personality, and richly said, she is shining inspiration for deaf children. They see nowhere they cannot go. Thank you. Dear children.
Next, you can see that then we have seen the milestones in her life. Her teachers discouraged her, but the percussionist Ron Forbes, who recognized her potential, supported her. He advised her not to listen through her ears, but try to sense and feel in some other way, that is, through vibrations in her body. Evelyn experienced the magic of music by sensing the notes on different parts of her body, even through her hair. She experienced many types of musical instruments. She tuned two drums of different notes and asked her to sense the sound through the vibration. Evelyn realized that she could feel the higher drum from the way up and the lower one from the waist down. They tingled upon her on the cheekbones and even her hair. When she played the xylophone, she could sense the sound passing through the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drum, she could feel the resonance flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she used to remove her shoes to feel the vibrations through her bare feet. Evelyn joined the prestigious Royal Academy of Music and scored the highest marks in the history of the Academy. These all things you have seen in the video. Still I am repeating everything. Then these are the accomplishments. In 1991, she was presented the Royal Philanthropic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Evelyn gave free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She was selected as one of the 2 laureates of the Polar Music of 2015. Evelyn explains that music poured in through every part of her body. Now let's watch a video of Evelyn Glennie by herself. How she was feeling the sounds through the vibrations. Let's watch.
I'm often asked how I physically feel sound. Now, obviously, it's quite a different experience when you're practically on top of the instrument, where you're the producer of the sound as opposed to being the listener or a member of the audience. But nevertheless, we can all physically feel sound. We just have to pay attention. And the idea is opening up your body like a resonating chamber. So when I strike this big bass drum, you can actually see the head vibrate. I can see it very clearly even just by looking at it face on, but from the side you can really, really see that. But if I put my fingernail on the drum, so that's a long time that it's actually resonating through my fingernail or wherever you put your hand. And the idea is to really pay attention, and that's really what listening is all about. But also, if I take a stick, and very often when I hold a stick or a mallet, I almost just have my little pinky supporting the stick, so that when I actually strike something, I'm allowing the vibration of the sound to come through the shaft of the mallet. So for example, if I go closer to the edge, the vibration is much closer together. And so on and so forth. If I decided to hold the stick or mallet and kept a good old grip on it all the way through the stroke, I'm actually cancelling that vibration. It's just a split second that I'm actually feeling something. So it's really up to yourself to start exploring that and deciding where you want to be in relation to the instrument. And it opens up the different possibilities in where you want to strike as well. So it's not just the sound that you want to create, it's the feeling as well. So is it a distant sound that you want? Is it a kind of vibration where you want it to be a nervous vibration or something quite open? And this all affects how you physically play and negotiate the instrument as well, and thus what the audience feels.
Thank you. I am stopping here this video. Let's come back to the PPT. These are the value points of this lesson. I would like to repeat that a 17-year-old girl had decided to make music her life, though being completely deaf. This aspiring musician feels the vibrations of an approaching train. She has been selected for training at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London. Evelyn Glennie feels nervous yet excited on the first day of her hearing. Glennie started losing her hearing power gradually from the age of 8 due to nerve damage. She was advised to be sent to school for the deaf, but Evelyn was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. Most of the people discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes noticed her potential and motivated her to feel music in different parts of her body. He took 2 large drums for tuning. Evelyn immediately realized higher drum from the waist up and lower drum from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise. Now Evelyn could feel certain notes in different parts of her body. During her 3 years course in Royal Academy of Music, Evelyn scored highest marks in the history of Academy, got most of the top awards, and started giving solo performances. She is now one of the top multi-percussionists in the world with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments. According to her, if you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. It is fascinating to watch Evelyn working without much effort. She speaks clearly as she could listen till the age of 11. That's why she could speak very clearly. Many of the children who are deaf, they cannot speak also because they couldn't hear the sound from the beginning, but she could hear the sound at the age till the age of 11. During conversation, she watches lip movement, face, and especially eyes. She had learned French and basic Japanese. While playing instruments, she remained barefoot on wooden platform so that the vibrations passed through her bare feet and up her legs. She could feel music through every part of her body, that is, skin, cheekbones, and even hair. She felt the echo of sound flowing into her body by leaning against the drums. She has been a workaholic and has been rewarded enormously. Royal Philharmonic Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year was presented to her in 1991. Besides regular concerts, she has given free concerts in prisons and hospitals. Teaching young musicians is her top priority. She has placed percussion in front of the orchestra. Now, what is the message that we are getting from this? Life is a precious gift. It should not be wasted. We should be up because we don't know how to face challenges. Master percussionist James Blade says God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her something extraordinary that I have already repeated this quote in the video. Evelyn was a living legend to the world of less fortunate. Thank you. Today we have learned the lesson, the sound of music.